Greetings, Zarek here, and I didn't want to make this video, but I am not enjoying the Radiant Echoes event. Let me start from the beginning, like the very beginning. I tried this event on the beta. I really did. Because back then, in order to do the War Within leveling on a character copy from Dragonflight, you had to kill the Radiant Echoes boss once. And let me tell ya, the event on the beta was so broken, most people just opted to make a new 70 and dive right into the War Within content without their characters. So they dived in, questing and testing, while the people trying to use their characters from Dragonflight copied over. It was not until later that they allowed the character copies in without having to do Radiant Echoes. It was that broken. So, before you get on me about why I didn't test it or give it proper feedback, well, to be honest, I had no idea what I was testing. All I had to go on was that the quest wanted me to kill a boss. But the boss in that zone would never spawn. And it was just an endless wave of echoes to kill. So it was just broken to the point where people would farm echoes until they got so bored, they just went and made a fresh 70 to experience the beta. Like, to experience the War Within. Alright, now, let's talk about the launch of the event itself. The launch of the event was a complete and utter disaster. The event would cycle every hour and a half for a single round of events that would last probably a total of 5 to 7 minutes. Would yield, 500 memories? The quest would only yield 1,500 memories, and it was terrible. This event actually reminded me of what Blizzard said about World Buffs on Classic when they introduced the Chrono Beacon. We didn't like that the world was sort of designed in a way that told the player not to play the game, i.e. log out so the buffs didn't wear off while they played. Because, well dang, this actually felt that way. I remember streaming myself killing mobs for 300 experience each. Was I having fun? I was struggling to find fun in it, to be honest. And then when the events popped, everything had so little HP that a ton of people got there, and the event was already done. Okay, the next iteration of the event hit closer to home, but later missed the mark because of certain influencers. This time the bosses and mobs lasted longer and the events and boss were on repeat for an hour. Everything seems so much better. Then it seems certain influencers told their audiences how to simply go into events, tag everything, then AFK, completely messing with all the scaling of the boss fights. And they took an extremely long time to complete. I'm not going to name names. They know who they are. I am hard-pressed to say if this was Blizzard's fault or not, but I have proof that Blizzard still has not mastered their scaling in gear. Now, what we have is the same events every hour, but boss and mob health is exactly where it should be. It feels like all is well, right? No, it is not. You see, if someone were to be leveling normally, either through questing or doing dungeons, they would be consistently gaining gear. Not only new gear, but upgrades that scale appropriately to their level. Do we get that in this event? No, we do not. We have a severely low chance to obtain gear, but sadly, that is not the only problem. Now, see here I have heirlooms on this character. Look at the eye level of my heirloom. Now, here's the eye level of the gear I just obtained. Something is off, don't you think? I know a lot of people are leveling with heirlooms, but what if you think about all the people who came to WoW giving it a try for the first time, possibly lured in from the remix, and they wanted to try their hand at leveling outside of the remix during this nice little cool leveling event. They're not going to have heirlooms. If they are limited to not only these few drops, but this weak, crappy gear, they are going to start dying. A lot. As they are supposedly getting stronger by leveling up. Yeah, I know, if you level from 10 to 70, you're gonna get a significant amount of memories to spend on 480 gear. But the journey there won't be fun if you're dying all the time. I think that most would just retreat back to Remix, or just simply quit if their perception of how retail WoW will be just that much harder. This gear, I think, scales properly at like 60 plus, but otherwise it's literal garbage. I'm spoiled on heirlooms, but I can understand other people suffering in this. And I can see people tagging and AFKing because they just simply can't kill things as fast as everyone else. Another issue I have with this event is I'm a collector. I have the full Legion prepatch set. I have the full Dragonflight prepatch set. How did I make sure I had every piece? Well, either they had a consistent drop rate, or they had a shop to ensure you could collect every piece. But with these leveling only collector's pieces that don't really drop that often, I do not know what is left for me to collect, and I don't want to miss out. Yeah, there's an epic set, but it's a recolor of a Legion set of Draenei pieces. Did Khadgar really collect this and recolor it to purple and be like, "Champion, I now bestow this great armor of my great city upon you, as long as you collect memories for me. For reasons." So, is this a great pre-patch event? Not really. But Blizzard has really been showing that they are actively trying. We have less than 2 weeks until the next expansion. Do you think this is the final iteration of the event, or do you think Blizzard will fix the remaining flaws? These have been my thoughts on the War Within's pre-patch event. I'll see you guys in the next video. Zarek out.